Okay, we should be live. Probably gonna have a shorter stream today because I'm still not 100%, but I am here and we're ready to do Nightmare. Yeah, we've got same old quests as usual. I don't know how much they've changed in it. We do want to be on the lookout for a 4-socket bow, so we can have... I don't know if the insight actually works in bows on this. I don't know if that's a thing that they've done. It might be. Not entirely sure. I should probably check that real quick. I have the rune word list up over here. Go ahead and go for insight. Does it work? Yeah, it works in staff, spear, or missile weapons. Or pole arms. Okay. That's nice. Yeah, it's still the same. It's Raltir Tal Soul. We're still missing a soul rune, unfortunately. But I'm feeling we're going to get closer to it. A soul is a 12, by the way. We don't actually have the ability to upgrade to it. It'd be right here. So we've got to farm some runes probably in Nightmare. Though we need to get some levels anyway. So let's go ahead and venture forth. As the necromancer with throwing knives, I should probably start summoning up dudes. Oh yeah, we're bone necro right now. I forgot we were bonies. It's still fine. I can do bone necro for a while. As far as... for some reason, I was thinking we were summoner again, but I didn't swap back. It's not expensive to swap back, which I appreciate in this. We are going to be looking for the waypoint first. Ooh. The gold drops are bigger than they were in OG Diablo 2. I know we were not getting these big of drops at this point. It feels not excessive, but definitely more than normal. But we'll take a little bit of free XP. We're actually probably going to stay up here for a little while. We're probably not going to go down into the Den of Evil just yet. Simply because, well, I want XP, and it's a little bit more enemy dense up here than it is down there. Oh, there's a Thol rune. Slowly filling out our arsenal here of runes. I have to say, I do appreciate that they do seem to be more common than in vanilla. So that's always a plus. Yeah, having more runes to play with rune words with is going to be a big benefit in this. I am slightly curious at just how much they've altered the drop tables overall, though. And yes, we do still have Bone Wall to draw people in. So we might just go rushing for waypoints. I'm running out of mana. So I do need to be careful about that. How are we looking on potions? Not too terrible. I should probably pick up a decent handful of them. As far as who we're looking for you and for you. Because we don't want them reviving the trash guys, because those are not going to be worth, like, pretty much anything to us. Because, unfortunately, they only give XP on the first time you kill them. And yes, I am looking for bow drops that might have 4 sockets, or we might be able to get one from Nightmare and go socket at Larzik for a 4-socket thing for them, so we can actually have, you know, mana regeneration. Yes, insight is not necessarily priceless, but oh, Jesus. Extremely handy. Oops. I'm glad I'm not playing hardcore. Oh, Lord. Teaches me to play whenever I'm not entirely here. So let's go ahead and withdraw. We're going to get her back.
Welcome.
That boss dealt a lot more damage than I thought it was going to. It is Nightmare, though, so I'm not terribly bothered by it. We did not drop... Yeah, okay. So, yep, let's go ahead and go get our body. Shouldn't be too hard to do, because it's not that far away. What spear level are we? 19. So we're not even max level spear yet. I probably, if I was feeling particularly lazy today, would go with... Let's go ahead and just kill you. Ooh, a ring. I would probably go with... not getting murdered by the trash. I would go Waiting for it just a second. Yeah. Spear to be lazy. Not spear. Spirit to be lazy. Because I don't have to aim with spirit. Okay, let's go ahead and dump those on. That's going to be something we need to identify. Where did I get the invisibility from? I know I got it from something. We got dodge there. I don't remember where we got it from. Was it the belt? No. Oh, no, yeah, it is. You feel incorporeal. That would be where it's from. What player count are we on? Actually, I can do that in options. We are on... We're only on players 1. I'm really surprised that killed us. I mean, we are completely nuking, guys. I do think I want to swap back over to summons for a while, though, because I do prefer summons as just a good one for playing and streaming. Because it's a lot more relaxing. I don't have to, like, think as much about positioning and all that stuff while I'm actually playing. Unfortunately, I can't stream another game that I'm wanting to cover. I'm going to have to actually, gasp, record it off camera. But I will be doing, as per my goal, not every game. I can't do this with every game. But, actually, let's see. Are you 4-socket? Nope. I should probably be checking the spears just in case we want to do just an Act 2 mercenary with prayer. But... Or Thorns. Yeah, Thorns is good too. That's actually probably the better one. But we can't get that until Act 2 Nightmare. Unless... actually, I think in the base game they... Oh, no, they might not have. I know by Nightmare you can get every aura. And I know that they equalize the stats, so you don't have to worry about getting it in a specific difficulty. But... yeah, I'll keep an eye out for a 4-socket pole arm so we can make an insight on that. But yeah, after we get done kind of just wandering around out here a little bit, I'm going to go respec into summons. That cannot be 4. This I'm pretty sure. I think it can only be 2. Yeah, I think it caps at 2. But yeah, let's go become a summoner. Just because I find Summoner way more relaxing. Hopefully everyone's doing all right today. I am feeling much better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was just exhausted and just really did not feel good.
Order welcomes you.
Had an upset stomach. It was just not fun. Today I'm feeling a bit better, but I don't know if I'll make it like 6 hours. I'm probably going to be just aiming for 4 as just kind of like the standard. Spirit of Barbs. Oh, we actually have skill specific. And there's a cap of 50 grand on this. Which is interesting. Hopefully everything's all right out there. Oh, 4,000 for that. I'm going to just sell this, the Gnostic Amulet. I'm curious as to why this is +2 to a specific skill. Are we going to run into more amulets like that? That'd be kind of disconcerting, but it's fine. There's our Thol rune. We need Soul, though. We don't need Thol. Oh, I just put the wrong thing in there. That tells you about how here I am. So, I'm just enjoying the game. Yesterday, I was pretty much stuck with idle games. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab that. Do I want to bother with those, or do I want to just stick... I think I might just stick with the Clay Golem for now. We are not... Oh, we are level 37. I can get a revive. I'd have to go down that tree to get it, though. I'm not sure I want to do that just yet. We are going to get amplify damage. Do I bother with Iron Maiden? I think I'm going to hold off on Iron Maiden, since we are going to be going amp, generally. And let's go ahead and get strength up. There we go. I do think I want to go max Skelly, bro. Which leaves us with 9 skill points. Let's get ourselves 3 mages. I think the rest in a mastery might be the best way for us. Just to make these tanky. Because we actually need these to stay alive a little bit longer than they have been. So that's going to be what we're kind of sitting on. So let's go ahead and F1, 2 F3, F4. We throws on our left. There we go.
I can't do that here.
Wonder why I'm able to cast the skeleton one, but not the magi. I think that might be a glitch. Just possibly. Okay, as far as this stuff goes, actually, I think we go 2 and 2 again. Stack up on those. And I think we're ready to go. So we have a good plus all necro thing here that I can buy. Doesn't look like it. We got plus 3 blood golem on an artisan's wand. No! Yeah, you can't get non-magical this far into it. That's one reason why you have to do normal difficulty Drognin. We should be able to get some corpses just from our rogue. Here, rogue, give me some corpses. Oh, there's one. But yeah, I am going to be dumping into skeletons. Get the normal skeletons working for us, and we won't have to worry about hardly anything else. Really, really am sad that we're not getting... Well, we're probably not going to see it until Act 2 anyway. That's going to be 4-socket bows. Because the enemies here are more likely to drop bases that are going to be 2 and 3 socket. Even as exceptionals. Do you have full equip? Yes, you do. That's a cow. It's a cow, all right. I'm not a milkmaid. And that is our full stack of normal skellies. So we get ourselves 3 mages. Ah, they're poison ones. I'm still not sold on the poison ones. I do like that they have a piercing attack. I think out of the 4 of them, I think I prefer fire. Although the ice one's not bad. There we go. 3 lightning is fine. But now we don't have to worry about jack squat because we've got the Great Wall of Doom. I think long battle can be 4-socket. Pretty sure that can. Although they might have changed it to where... that's garbage. They might have changed it to where it's going to just be not necessarily unlimited, but definitely up there as far as the space it goes. Because you can unlock all kinds of stuff. I'll check. That's all stuff that we're going to probably end up selling. Because I think in the end we do want a polearm, just plain and simple. Because unfortunately a polearm is going to allow us to get thorns on top of freaking meditation. So if I can just find, say, a glaive or something like that with 4 sockets, we're good. I'd much rather have an exceptional base, more damage, keeps them alive longer, but if I don't get that, it's not the end of the world. And yes, we are going through and doing the quests because I want the experience of the mod. I'm not going for a speed run here. Nor do I really ever feel like doing a speed run in this. I'm not a huge fan of speed runs that have a lot of RNG. It's one reason why I prefer like Metroidvania speed runs when I do speed run, or even like if I were to speed run a Final Fantasy game, that would be fine as well. 3 socket. Yeah, that can be 4 socket. It's high enough level. That's the boss of the area. We'll do him last. Kind of wanting to get one more level so I can get slightly stronger skeletons, but even if we don't get it, it's fine. I do need to conserve my mana a little bit because, unfortunately, I will just burn it all because I'm used to playing fully equipped characters now. Because that's what the little bit that I've been playing Diablo 2, since I stopped doing guides, has been just with fully equipped characters. I haven't been doing a lot of solo self-found. I still prefer solo self-found over grinding, but meh. Okay, summoning. Another point to that. And in here, let's go with a crap ton of life. Why? Because we can. Vitality is king! Although, actually, energy's really good on this if you're going bone. And don't do the whole, I'm using my life for casting spells thing. Which it seems like they want you to do. It does feel like the objective. Because, weirdly enough... Yeah, we'll go and grab this. Identify you. Not bad. Life for kill. All kinds of fun stuff with that. And yes, we do have to use scrolls to identify right now until we get Cain rescued.
You have cleansed the...
It's another point into mastery. They are... Ooh, they're building up the damage. The dangage. Do we have a +1 all? I know we can spawn a +1 all. I'm not seeing one just yet. Oh yeah, and we have crap in here to sell. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that bow. I'd rather not go with a meditation rogue. We'll go with Act 2 mercenary. Thorns is God. We are closing in on 1 million. So we're doing good on money. Although I have gotten up to 1 million before Nightmare as well. So it's not that big of a deal. A necromancer. I hoped I'd never see your kind again. Well, you did. Found me, bitch. Okay.
What you need?
Do I gamble for anything? Do I have any I really should gamble for some wands. I'm going to gamble a little bit. I'm going to grab, let's say, 200,000. And we'll gamble that away on just stuff that Necromancer might be able to use. We could use a better helmet, although this one's not bad. We could use better gloves, especially. Let's go for gloves. 11,000. No. Let's look for, yeah, there we go. 9,800. That seems a little bit more reasonable. Anything good? No. That's actually slightly better. Poison resist and chance of magic items versus poison. Well, fire resist is pretty decent as well, but I think this will scale better for us. So we'll go with that instead. Yeah, all of those are garbage. Does our mercenary need better gloves? Yes, yes, they do.
I'll put that to
There
good
you
use.
go. Let's roll a couple more gloves. I could actually... we could go chain gloves. That would be things like chance guards. Which really is not that great for us, but we might try it. There we go. Nothing good so far. Not even any rares. Yuck. Okay, that is worse for us, but a little bit better for our mercenary. That would be fun. That can go away. I kind of want to see that mod on a rare. Gloves of Startling. Sounds slightly terrifying. But I think... Yeah, we'll go ahead and put slow on her.
I'll put that to good use.
The only thing that might be slightly better is the attack rating, but she can use exploding arrows and stuff. Yeah, she doesn't need a ton of fire resist. That's nice, but she's still positive. We are negative on fire resist, because that's one resist we haven't really been dumping into as far as gear goes. Yeah, that's about all the money I want to just dump into gambling, so. Don't want to lose all my money on that. Hey, how's it going? I'm not saying your name, though. Yeah, let's just go ahead and continue on. Most I'll call you is LJ. I think you understand why. Okay, we do need to I'll go ahead and kill her. We don't need to. I would rather, yeah, get Stony Field first, though. Because it's going to be a group, a boss group. It'd just be OKXP. That's pretty much the only reason I'd need to go there. I do want to do all the quests, just see if there's any changes in Nightmare and Hell and stuff like that compared to normal with the mod. I doubt there are. There might just be more. Hey, we got an Orb of Infusion. I think we already have one of those. And we might lose some skellies to this, which means we need to, oh god, restock them. Weapon fire, that can just be sold. Rare boots might be worth it. And we didn't actually lose anybody. I am surprised. Normally, I do lose things to the... Ooh, there's fire resist. This is 10 all resist, though. I'll hold on to it for a minute, see if I actually want it. What do you have on? You have... Poison resist boots. That might actually be better for you.
I'll put that to good use.
There you go. Yeah, I think the fire resist might be better for them. Because yes, poison is a threat for them, because mercenaries can die to it, but... it's not horrible. You guys go ahead and just fight the groups. I will sit in here identifying my treasures, while you guys are out there doing all the work for me. That'd actually be a fun mod to do. This is a necromancer, yes. How's it going? Oh, thank you. And yes, real life work comes before VG games and streams, but it's nice seeing you. But I really think it'd be like a fun mod. It would require coding to do. So I'm not sure how accepting Blizzard would be of this. But it would be fun to be able to name your minions after viewers. Then when they die, you can feel really bad. Kind of like in a Noita fashion, yeah. Hey, we got another unique. Sweet. Not really going to be a great one. I have a feeling it's going to be one we already know. No, it's a new one. Nova Spine, 1 socket. Frost Nova on striking. We might make a Barbarian. That would actually be kind of fun. I am just hoarding stuff. I'm not actually using half the stuff I find. I'm just throwing it in my inventory if it's new. The only downside to having like names on streams, we actually ran into this one time with Noita, is that some people have very inappropriate names. So I don't think that one made it onto the archive, though. Okay, so we have killed Bishibosh, and we got the waypoint. Let's go ahead. I'm sorry, Rakanishu. We did kill... I think we killed Bishibosh, too, but... That would be great, yeah. But unfortunately, we will probably be playing Noita again, just a heads up, but that would probably lead to trouble. It's one reason why you'll see a lot of streamers won't actually stream with randos unless it's in a very controlled environment. Because there are going to be people who like to cause trouble just by the nature of their existence. You've hoarded so many things on mules so far, it's nuts. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not going to break out Go Mule for this, but I will probably have actual mules. I don't think I'm going to reach enough items to require Go Mule. That's where I'm sitting with this. Go Mule is just in case, and I'm going to go ahead and take that. That'd be a nice base for a 4-socket belt. I think you said infusion turns things into rares? I think they do. Oh yeah, I need to unstack that. That is worse than what we have. Not bad. It's actually a halfway decent belt. It's just not worth it. Let's go take care of the sisters over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a drink from the well. Yoink. And I wholly appreciate them making stamina recover super fast. Infusion turns to rare, and that's also used in crafting upgrade recipes later on. Okay. What I'm looking forward to is if I find the one that turns that into a unique. If I find one that turns it into a set item, I might still use it. But if it's got a unique, I'm going to go for it. Because I think it would be fun to just harvest all of the new uniques. You want to try all the different sets to see how they work with different classes? There's quite a few sets. They haven't made too many class-specific ones.
Too many empty
But
graves.
that doesn't surprise me. Class-specific ones, generally, I like it whenever they're kind of focused on a build. A lot of the OG Diablo 2 sets for classes don't have that. I mean, there's a little bit, and there's some that like make it into a this is unique to this set kind of builds. Like Tranquils is a good example because it turns you into freaking pain in the ass. But we lost Golem. But get rid of you. Staying back, letting my minions do all the work. Yeah, class-specific ones in OG Diablo 2 don't really change too much. They're kind of like second tier to rune words and uniques, which was always kind of disappointing to me. IK is a solid set, but there's just way better setups you can do with it. Oh, I'm sorry. I will hold off. I just realized ad break. I will eventually set it up where they can sync that, but I actually need to
Rest well.
get a bot thing going for that. Okay, so we got Nova Spine. Got Warmth of Ash. That is a good one. Cold damage absorbed, fire resist. Did I try Diablo 4? Yeah, I actually beat it as a few classes. The original Diablo 4. I haven't actually gotten the DLC for it. But I do plan to return to it eventually. It didn't engage me the same as, hey, we have an all Druid skill level 1. Sweet. But it just didn't engage me as much as Diablo 2. Diablo 4's itemization was kind of garbage. It's gotten better. Diablo 4's skill system is way worse. I know that's mean to say, but it really just doesn't feel nearly as good. Diablo 4, that is. it's one of those that just, I really actually want to try this, but level 40 rec, that's a little bit high for still using a staff on a fire source, but could go Hydra with that, have some fun with it. But yeah, Diablo 4's itemization is, it was garbage, now it's just okay. It's kind of like Diablo 3's, it's just, it's passable. It's just not my favorite. What else do we have? That was it. Skill-wise, not being able to like have more complex builds kind of hurts it, but that would require an interface change, which would give advantage to mouse and keyboard over basic whatchamacallits. We're gonna go ahead and just keep that. I'm gonna try and turn that into a unique. But yeah, it's just a lot of things that just kind of irritate me about it on some level or another. And ooh, wait, is that better? Poison resist, poison resist. No, I think we stick with the fire resist. Could be more of a trouble. But yeah, I like having more skills. I like having more variety. I like whenever you can do counter builds like melee sorceresses, which is a very fun build to play with. You have caster barbs plus bone spear projectiles. That's a mod on weapons. Sweet. So if we wanted to go bone spear, we'd want to go with something like that. I'm glad it's a suffix because that lets it work with plus skills. But yeah, it just, Diablo 4 feels less flexible. The items are worse. And the story, it suffers a lot of MacGuffinitis. Oh no, they got away with your goal. Move on. This one, at least, you're defeating something that's in your way. In Diablo 4, it feels like you're just, like when we defeat Endariel, it feels like it has a purpose. Whenever we're defeating the bosses in Diablo 4, it feels like, oh, they'll just be back later. And I know that if you go by the lore of the universe, they will just be back later regardless of which game it is. But I don't have to worry about farming it the next difficulty up or other kinds of nonsense. And also, progression feels way better in this. Because I can go back and I can beat the crap out of something that I've fought before and it's not the same level as me now. Physical damage reduction. Ooh, nice. Oh, we got a sapphire down there that I didn't notice and put in my bag. But yeah, I don't hate Diablo 4, I just don't like it. I do want to eventually go back and do all the DLC, because I hear that there's some things that are improving. I hear there's some things that are going to piss me off, though. I'm not a huge fan of games as a service, if you couldn't tell. I want my games to have actual endings. I want my games to have a story arc. There's a reason I prefer Cowboy Bebop over something like, say, One Piece. Cowboy Bebop has, yeah, sure, it has filler episodes, and it has little story farts and stuff like that that's like, oh, this doesn't actually influence the overall story, but it's kind of fun. It has stuff like that, but it doesn't have the whole, let's go on forever. But wait, there's more! Take it to a higher power level, like in Dragon Ball Z. Power levels don't matter in Dragon Ball Z, by the way. And eventually we're going to have to resummon our dudes. I'll just wait until they die. Cowboy Bebop is goated, one of your favorites. Love the shorter enemies like that. Trigun and Full Metal Alchemist, yeah. I keep meaning to watch Brotherhood. I've watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. And I don't know if I'm going to catch flack for this or not, but I actually liked Frieren. I hear they're coming out with a second season, but for me, my appreciation of free run isn't as much the story as it is kind of like the little nuanced things that I don't think most people are going to notice if they're just looking for another anime. Liked Brotherhood better? I hear it's more succinct. It doesn't have as much filler. But let's go this way. Those are reds. We'll kill them anyway. Why not? It's free XP. Our minions do most of the work for us anyway. Oh, and we lost one. There you go. Much less filler, yeah. I don't mind filler if the filler is good, but things like One Piece are pretty much like 90% filler. Same for Naruto or Naruto. I don't know how to pronounce it. I hear people say it 97 different ways. But all that kind of stuff, it makes it so that individual episodes just don't matter in my brain. And I get that same feeling from Diablo 4 a lot. Like, oh, this story plot just doesn't matter to my brain because it didn't matter to the story. Whereas in Cowboy Bebop, a lot of the stuff that you watch, actually, even if it's in a filler episode, does have repercussions further down the line. In Freerun, most of my nerding out on Freerun, by the way, is because there is so much, like, there's little details that, unless you know to look for them, it just seems like an action anime. But the framing of the scenes does stuff that a lot of other animes don't. You have the overpowered character and trope and all that stuff, but they work it in a way that doesn't feel quite as overlordy. I guess it would be probably a good example of one that I think does it wrong. But I am one step ahead. I'm always victorious. Blah, blah, blah. You enjoyed Diablo 4 in the initial playthrough, but lost interest pretty quickly after, unfortunately. Yeah, the grinding was absolutely fucking pointless in it. Pardon my French, but I could not stand the grinding. I got to the highest difficulty, messed around with some stuff, and was just like, yeah, I'm good. And just dropped it after that. I don't feel compelled to fight the world bosses. Cool concept, but implemented poorly. I don't like the idea of it just being on a timer. It feels like you just need to sit online or look whenever whatever you want is going to show up. I'd rather it be player agency summoning them. Or something you could run as a dungeon with friends. But it just being, well, this is the one you do this hour. Have fun with it. It just felt jank. And I really hate the 5 skill. I think it's 5. It's been a while since I played it. I went and checked out the new itemization. Yes, the itemization's better than it was. But there's a lot less of the, you get 5% extra damage whenever you have a booger in your nose kind of stuff. That feels a little bit better. We'll check if that's 4-socket. I keep forgetting to check this. It is! Cool. Oh, we've got our freaking spirit sword. Do I have enough dex for that? I do, but it's mostly from gear. Makes me slightly nervous. I can invest in dexterity and go blocks, but there's a hell rune. You can get everything but soul. It was great because your wife wanted to play it with you on launch, so we played through the campaign together, which was fun, but she didn't like the grind after. Yeah. The grind just felt a bit pointless. But yeah, I covered most of my opinions in the review that I did still hold true after the changes they've made. So either my review was really, really well done, or they haven't changed as much as people say they've changed. Because I've gone back and tried it twice now since the launch, and I got my money's worth out of it, out of buying the game. I got my money's worth out of the review as well. Yes, the review just barely broke even on the game for me. But it's a game that I was going to play anyway. Actually, it might have gotten past breaking even. I can look real quick. I think it did just break even. I know I shouldn't look at it like that, but... And it's one of the few games I actually feel that way about. Like, do I actually regret purchasing it? Not really. Can I recommend it? No. Yeah, it's $6 short of breaking even, actually. So that's where we're at. But yeah, it's one of those games that I can't recommend it to people. I will recommend Diablo 2 before I recommend that. Because Diablo 2, in my opinion, is the better action RPG experience. Yes, it has dated stuff. The stamina bar is absolute bullshit. The level design is kind of basic. Like this, I'm not even thinking while I'm out here. I'm just wandering around and killing stuff. But the loot is a lot more engaging because it can change the way you play. I can find a unique, and there's a number of uniques that do this, where I'm literally just, okay, I now have this brand new, completely different way I can play. I can make an entirely new character around it. I can make a Tesladin. That is not intended play. I can make a bow sorceress. That's not intended play, but the mechanics are there to allow it. You want to play the expansion but waiting for a big sale on it? Yeah. It's going to be right before the next expansion comes out, if I had to take a wild guess. And it's going to be like a 20% discount. I think the time we'll see a huge discount on it is probably, if I had to take a wild guess, either during a Steam sale. And actually, I forgot to check. Is the DLC even available on Steam? Or do you have to buy that through Battle.net? I don't think it is. And no, I can't show you guys what I'm clicking on. But Diablo 4. I'm pretty sure it's available on Steam. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the DLC is available on there. Vessel of Hatred. It's currently $40 still. Which in my opinion is a ripoff, because that's a full game. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna. I don't know. No, I can't show you because I have embargo stuff on there. Okay. In my try pool, which is stuff that's I would consider for like a, say, variety hour stream, I have 30 things in the one that is for reviews to try to see if I can actually get that. And I have over 200 for just things that can pop out for a video on Let's Play Everything. It's with, I think it was over 19,000 games. I don't have the numbers in front of me, so don't quote me on it. But I think last year was like 19,000 games or some ungodly number like that. Released on Steam alone. We're not even talking across all platforms. There are still plenty, even in the indie space, of games that are Switch exclusive or PlayStation exclusive and stuff like that. As if I could design my own action RPG, I would have Diablo 2 itemization. I would probably go with Last Epoch's skill system. I love Path of Exile's materia style system, but I think overall if we step away from the nostalgia and the, oh, I like this particular system because it lets me play with blah, 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 blah kind of nonsense, I think overall, Last Epochs is better for most players. Because it lets you to like really customize it down in like a granular level, because each skill has a tree that you can do with. I do wish there was a way to adapt it where you could have more skill variety in your builds, but that's the only thing that it kind of has a downside on. But I think Diablo 2's pacing is better than most of them. As far as post-game stuff, I honestly, I'm a huge fan of pretty much any of the action RPG post-games I've seen. I almost always find myself getting to the end of it and being like, I'm exhausted with this character. I want to go make a new one. My post-game is starting a new character, not grinding to 99. Okay, I need to find the tree. I think I have wandered almost everywhere in this godforsaken place. We still haven't lost a normal skeleton. We'll get that going. EXP, oh, yeah, right here, we found him. Sweet. For battle bow, I have a feeling that's going to be the default one. You are not overburdened. We've got plenty of room. Really don't. And we got another Ort rune, and we got a Hell rune. So 14, 15 there. Ort just goes in. Oh yeah, I have to do it this way. Oop. Okay, let's burn up all of our identifies. Yep, there's suburbs. Yay. Willow string. It's a new one. Doubt I'll use it, but it's a new one. I think I prefer the one that she has with the 2 sockets in it. We might end up using that plus vitality one just for more life, so that's going to go down there. And more trash jewels. Everything up here I think gets sold. Okay, 39. I think I'm going to only take those to about like 100 and something. I don't think I want to go too much further on that. Because I'm slightly afraid of save corruptions and stuff like that. And yes, I do know I'm wasting my lovely, lovely experience shrine. People are going to be mad at me. And that is fine. Do I bother? Yeah, I'll just get the dex for it if I need to. Do we have everything? I think we do. Okay, so we need Tal. I think it's Talthol or Dam. Yeah, it is. There we go, and we just require a little bit more strength to actually use that, and we have Spirit, which is pretty nice. Now we just have to get all of our runes back together. So I just need to dump into strength a little bit. I could just respec, but I don't want to lose all my skeletons. Yeah, we've got basically 3 levels until we can use it. It's not a problem. But yeah, as far as the Diablos go, I think Diablo 2 is the best. Diablo 2 is the best. Diablo 3 is the most accessible. Diablo 1 is the most atmospheric, and Diablo 4 is probably going to have the longest support life. So choose what you want from there. And I did not go and grab... I didn't grab the scroll, did I?
This tree shines with inner spirits.
I didn't grab the scroll because my brain was not there today. So I need to remember to dump into strength.
Ah, very.
Stony Field. Let's go get him. Get some cane. Some raising canes? Nah, we're not into dry chicken. I know a lot of people who like fawn over raising canes, and yes, I have had it from a few different places of the franchise. Every single one I have gone to, it's been dry as shit. And I don't know why. Like, it's not hard to make moist chicken. Or at least not charcoal chicken. Okay, so you've been rescued. Strength. Oh, we only needed 2 levels, but still. So next level, we'll just do strength again. Yeah, it was very mediocre. Double bow. We don't have the runes for it, so why am I... we have a 4 socket. We'll hold on to that one. I'm probably going to have to BRB after doing this, hopefully. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll go ahead and kill off this guy. We'll go to town, and I will do a BRB screen real quick. Ooh, and we got a rare ring. We can identify that when we get back. BRB. Okay, we're back. This will be available uninterrupted in the stream VODs whenever I start uploading them, which will probably be after we finish hell with this character.
Hello. I can hardly.
We beat her. We've pretty much rescued Kane. We need to go and get ourselves a ring. It'll probably be a rare ring.
You have risen.
Is it any good? Is the one we found better? The one we found is better. Let's see what the mercenary has. Leech and just fire resist. Faster cast rate. I think we're going to give her that. We'll take this. She doesn't make up the resists, but I think overall it'll work better for us.
Hello.
Yeah, we need a soul for the insight. Yeah, it's Ral Tier Tal Soul. So we have everything except for the soul rune. So as soon as we get a soul rune, we can make an insight. I'd rather not make it in a bow, because I'd rather have it on an Act 2 mercenary, but it's not going to hurt anything. Holy Fire when equipped? Okay. So that's a thing that we might be able to mess around with. Grab ourselves an iron golem and an iron piece of armor that has that. Might be worthwhile. And hope your meeting goes well. Sorry for not saying that before, but I was in a hurry. Okay, so Darkwood into Black Marsh. We go ahead and kill ourselves a tower. Maybe we'll get a soul rune from that. No guarantees. There are no guarantees in life. Except the fact that you're born and you will die. Them's the only guarantees you get, unfortunately. We as a society should make it so that, you know, the citizens of our society actually get guaranteed better things, but that is me starting to preach. Okay, so Clay Golem, Jalem. Toss you there. And yes, you can actually end up with boss pack Bloodhawk nests. They're kind of comical. Chances of us running into one pretty slim. Oh yeah, they can't be cursed. I keep forgetting. Thankfully, our guys actually do a decent amount of damage. And no, we don't have the ability to get 4-socket shield until hell. So no spirit shield, unfortunately, but we'll be fine. And we need more runes for spirit than we do for insight. Only missing one for insight, because insight is Raltal Tal Soul. These guys are proving to be pretty good XP. Yeah, and we're going to have enough strength after this. I'm going to probably get my base dexterity up just so I don't have to worry about it whenever we swap out the gear. Because I think it's our belt. Yeah, our belt provides a lot of dexterity for us. So once we upgrade that belt, we're going to be needing more dexterity to make up the gap. There's a boss Bloodhawk. Lightning enchanted, cute. I keep forgetting I need to check the pink pole arms, because they can still be ethereal and have sockets. Which is an important thing to remember. Yeah, just to top off all the skeletons a little bit. Are we looking on rings? Eh. Are we looking on life? 634 life. Not crazy high, but high enough. And yes, I am looking for the waypoint before we take the tower. Chances of it being down here? Oh, there's the tower. Where's the waypoint, though? There's an XP shrine. Not going to get a lot of XP from this corner. Really, I'm surprised we got a jewel drop at all, even from the Bloodhog nest. Ooh, crystal sword. Ooh, 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 ooh. Aw. Rip the runes out, shove them in the new thing. Crystal sword is better because lower requirements. If you are farming for 4-socket swords for spirit. Yes, crystal sword gets style points, but no matter the difficulty you find a broadsword in, you'll be able to... Go ahead and just kill all of them off. Yeah, no matter the difficulty you find the broadsword in, it'll go to 4 sockets except for normal. Normal goes to 3. But it's a hard cap at 4 weapon. So what happens is, since it hard caps at 4, there's a towel rune. We'll take the full helmet, check it out. Is you don't have to worry about getting one in hell difficulty and ending up with 6 sockets in it. Crystal swords, you have to worry about that. It's too high level, you'll end up with 6 sockets in instead of 4. There's our waypoint. Not a great run to the Countess, but could be worse. My favorite is whenever we have a spawn point right next to it, with like a fallen pack next to that. The trifecta is having all 3. That way we just get an army of undead right at the start. We don't have to worry about it before getting into the tower, because we have a bunch of easy to kill trash. Downside to mostly physical damage. Which, actually, I need to swap out my mages a little bit. Okay, we have got fire, ice, and ice. Okay, that's fine. And we might, I don't think we're going to get it in Nightmare. In Hell difficulty, we probably will. See how the pathing for the Countess can get kind of wonky. It is always going to be facing the same direction, but sometimes it can like loop around into stuff. So it could still be facing right, and it could have just like, we could have had an exit there and had to go and like that. It's entirely possible. And yes, the assassin has debuff whenever it comes to shrines, so it's a little harder to take full advantage of shrines as that. Die, please. Thank you. Oh, we lost a mage. But in Nightmare, they don't get quite as large. They can get larger than, say, normal difficulty, but you still generally don't end up in a situation where you have to worry about it that much. Exploding barrels. And that's kind of close to showing off what I'm talking about. How We had a path up, right, and then back over to this way, and it's literally in line with it. And I am going to just go ahead and kill these guys for XP. We're still getting okay XP, is what boggles my mind. I have been keeping the plus XP stuff, but... And yes, we will have a few more BRB screens today than normal. Unless we're really lucky. Did I lose all my Skelly Bros? There we go. 2 fires, fine. As I run into the room with him, Jesus. I'm a Dumas. And yes, I do keep my base stats. There we go. That can just go away. We're going to keep it. That's why I'm sticking it in there. Same for that, and I'll identify this, but that's going in there as well, probably. But now we have +2 all skills. Yeah, I'm keeping that because I think it's kind of neat. But yeah, I do keep my base values multiples of 5 because I know what they are and it's what's important to me. Okay, so we got a higher level Skelly Bro. I don't like those. They're not bad, but I don't really actually prefer them over the other ones anyway. I keep forgetting to set the spacing to normal. So it's not all spread out in like a checkerboard pattern. I do wonder if there's a change to the barbarian helmets. There very well could be. The barbarian helmets, if they did change them and made them better, could be compelling. Yeah. That's just gross. Treasure hunting. Yeah, treasure finding. Yes.
Treasure hunting. Treasure finding. Yes.
I say it before he did. Oh, and we've actually got another boss pack down here. I say as if boss packs actually matter in this. They really don't. They really, really don't. Because, yeah, the boss packs in this, they don't drop more.
Good to see you.
Identify my garbage can. I'm gonna sell the garbage.
Yes.
Sure, sure. Nothing great. Congratulations, you have failed me. Stay a while. Listen. Okay, so Neff to there. Here to there. Pull all that out. We've got Tal as well. That goes into the garbage stack. We're starting to get a decent garbage stack of jewels. we're getting a decent stack of gems as well. So I can actually mess around with gems a little bit. That's a plus. I do need to look up crafting recipes in this, because they could improve things for us a little bit. But yeah, today, probably going to be a relatively short stream, like I said. Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, I think I said that at the beginning. Tells you how conscious and aware I am. Yeah, today's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. Probably at least, it's going to be at least 2 hours, but I'm going to aim for 4. If we don't make it to 4, just understand. I'm not promising 4 today. I think I have slept a grand total of, like, I want to say almost 11 hours the past 24. Not quite 12 hours, but I am feeling a bit better today. I'm still groggy as crap and still a bit upset stomach. So I'll dip out whenever I need to. But yeah, Necromancer, lots of fun so far. I will be trying the other classes in this. It has re-hooked me. I shouldn't have let it. I shouldn't have let Diablo 2 get its hooks back into me. No! This mod is enjoyable. Ooh, we got more chain boots. Probably Hasaru's. Yar, they are. Yeah, I want to get to Act 2 today at the very least, so I can get an Act 2 mercenary. Yes, we are going to lose a very powerful attacker in our army, because, believe it or not, she's doing okay damage. Yes, our Skelly Bros do more, but hers is a lot of elemental. Theirs is a lot of physical. Take a wild guess as to which one's more resistant. Well, not normal or nightmare, unless they change things. But in hell difficulty, physical resist is almost blanket. Fire resist is just common. For those wondering, there is a myth that there's more fire immunes than anything else. That's a myth. There's more fire immunes in commonly farmed areas, is true. And fire is a more commonly resisted element than the other major elements. Fire, cold, lightning, poison. Poison is generally... Poison and fire are generally the most resisted. But as far as immunities, not really. And unfortunately, conviction does not work on poison. Otherwise, I'd be all over an infinity for a poison necro. But it don't work that way. And the hardest to break resist without sunders, if I remember correctly, is it's either cold or lightning. Also depends on whether you count all units or just units you're more likely to encounter, because there are things that even sunders can't break. If you're really curious, yes, there are things that sunders can't break. It's in this act in hell difficulty. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, the turrets in the catacombs cannot be broken by sunders. I don't know the mechanical reason for it, but it is something that I experimented with. I even put on multiple sunders and it didn't do anything except for bring my freaking resist to like nothing. Go, minions, go! Love them just zipping around. They're so much faster than they used to be. Okay, so that's that. We go to the northwest, I believe. Still on the lookout for a 4-socket pole arm. Not that it's particularly necessary for this build. It's just nice to have. If I could get thorns on an Act freaking one mercenary, I would. But I'm not going to get the runes for stuff like Bramble. Not in this, at least. That's more something like, okay, you farmed up and got your gear set up kind of situation. Bramble Edge. Act 1 mercenary. And yes, I could just equip trash on, and I probably will equip trash on an Act 2 mercenary. Just to allow him to join in the fight a little bit. He's not going to catch up to our Act 1 mercenary for a while. Because he's going to be way more fragile just because of the fact that he has to get there and actually fight. I could, but then I'd lose skill points. Hopefully you're doing all right, Adam. But no. I think I have the runes for Edge. Yeah, Tiertal Am. It's just a level 15 Thorns Aura. I mean, it would be fine. Suppose I could keep an eye out for a 3-socket bow. If we can find one, I can run that instead of an Act 2 mercenary. Currently have a 4-socket in our stash. That does mean that she will lose a lot of damage if we go with it, though. Edge is one of those, it's nice to have bows, and it's also one that you use for vendoring. You'll often see me carrying a bow if you ever watch any of the ones where I gambled 20 million blah blah blahs. Yes, those are low effort content, but it's not going to get up to the high level of thorns that an Act 2 mercenary can get to. And that's a dead end. Maybe not. Nope, it's the stairs. Okay, so we got stairs there. We want the malice. Because making things into rares in this are actually useful. Turning things into rares allow us to use the orbs to turn them into uniques and sets. So that's the reason I'm going to actually go out of my way to get that. That, and we do just want to do all the quests. I have not noticed any differences in the quests, other than maybe the occasional, like, this has extra allies with it kind of situation, which is nothing. It's nothing, I swear. I'll take anal bum cover for 1,000, Trebek. That is an album cover. And yes, there are a lot of good skits on Celebrity Jeopardy, but I guarantee you, the Sean Connery ones are the best. It's just so dirty. And no, it's not. I know it's not the real Sean Connery. Yeah, if you see any grayed out bows that I missed, holler at me. I am not the most attentive person today. Ah, the Smith Arsenal. We actually have just a regular skeleton there just doing all the work. He finally died. Your death will not be in vain. Because you don't have any veins. Are they hitting the Smith or are they hitting his weapons? I think they're hitting the Smith. Yeah, they were hitting the Smith. God, I love having a crap ton of life. Having a ton of life is just... I can be as careless as I want. Trebek. Sean Connery. I'm trying to remember what some of the other skits are. The anal bum cover one just always sticks in my brain because my cousin, who funnily enough is like a decade older than me, is a therapist. You can kind of guess where that goes with his email.
The slow torture of caged starvation.
His therapist is in his, well, it was, it's not anymore, was in his email. It's still a 1-point wonder. I'm just not using it because it feels kind of cheesy. I want to actually try out the skills. So far, we've messed around with bone and we've messed around with summons. I'll probably do poison at one point as well. Those are the guys that become, well, not those specifically, but that's the kind of tower that goes thunder immune. But yeah, it still is, yeah, 70 to 120%. Radius looks fine. It probably even has the weird quirk where odd levels, I think it's odd levels, the fire goes a little bit further than the physical. It's very strange. If this is 3-socket, it's 4-socket, damn you. I was going to say, if that's 3-socket, I'll have my fun, stupid joke bow back. My edge razor bow. Or razor's edge bow. It's real edgy. But yeah, I will probably be trying poison. Poison dagger is actually stronger than it was because now you can actually get splash with a particular charm. Yeah, less useful on a summoner. It's still good if you're like spamming crap, like say a fire golem or something like that if you're using the fire grenade, but it's not good. More just a haha I can do that kind of thing. I'd much rather have thorns.
Impossible.
And thorns plus amp is chef's kiss for act bosses. They've also made it so that these synergies work differently between the 4 golems. I can have more than one. When we respect, I didn't spec back into that because I wasn't getting much use out of the fire and iron golem, even though, sure, fun, haha, we have more bodies. I might go back to them after we can invest a little bit more into golem mastery. And yeah, the stairs are probably just down there. I'm just grabbing XP while we're here. We're oddly enough already level 42. We're getting good XP still, which has me worried because I know that they've ramped up hell difficulty. And yes, minions can go through walls now, so we don't have to worry near as much whenever it comes to whatchamacallits. Maggot layer. My brain is not there today. So I will be commentating like I did 4 years ago before I started doing guides. Well, we don't have the waypoint here, that's fine. If we die, it's just because I was being stupid and I deserve the walk of shame. There's our soul room. So I have the stuff for an insight if I ever want to go back to bone. Go, minions, get them! Stick 'em, boys! And yes, Unfortunately, they drop shit. The uniques and super uniques. Insight for CE spam. Yeah, that works pretty good. If you're wanting to go for that, yes, you do actually want a mana pool. Generally speaking, I try to avoid it just because it is just the win button. It's not quite as right-click to win as a Nova Sorceress, like a fully kitted out one, but it's definitely up there. I don't find it fun to play with. Oh, and if you're wondering, I've mentioned it for other areas. The jail pattern is straight line. So if you start with a one facing like that one did, that's facing northeast, because that's the exit to the block that forms. You think of it as a grid. This, I need to get a little closer. No, I can scroll the map over. This is the starting block. Your exit to the starting block is northeast. So the exit will always be northeast facing. So this is a northeast facing room. Floor 3 does not work the same. Yeah, I've played way too much of this. I don't have all the generations memorized, like all the floor generations kind of styles, but I have most of them. I have the important ones for doing like a solo self-found run. You have things like the red path versus blue path in the underground passage. You have various things with, say, the frozen tunnels. You have the generation for maggot layer. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But yes, I have played way too much. I will recommend my guides, even though I don't make Diablo 2 guides anymore. I do still stand by them. I have thought about making a couple more. There's a few that were on my backlog that I never got around to before switching to reviews, but it's one of those things, like, I don't want to confuse the crap out of the algorithm. Maybe after YouTube realizes that I'm doing reviews mainly now, I'll pick up guides again. It's kind of like a here and there thing. But I don't want it to lock me in quite as hard as it did. Okay, yeah, we still need an Am rune. Because I think we used our last Am. Yeah, we did. Okay, there's a soul. We can have him identify all of our crap. Razor bow versus double bow. I forget which one's better. I think double bow is better.
Good morning.
Identify my shit. Thank you.
The order welcomes you.
Okay. Garbage. 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 Also garbage. That's worth a lot of money. Garbage. That goes into the pile. Garbage. Garbage. That goes into the pile. We go give her bloody hammer. Yeah, once you've played a game for a very long time, it becomes more about, like, what kind of joy can I get out of it? What makes me happy while playing this? And for Diablo 2, that is just experimenting with random shit. For me, trying to make things that shouldn't work. We already have an Aratha's? No. Sorry, Hisaru's. We're getting all of our classic set items already, which kind of cracks me up. Go and just move them over there. Actually, let's organize this a little bit nicer. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just drink those. I'm not going to be making full rejuves. I do like playing mods like this. Simply because it's like, oh, here's unfamiliar territory and in a familiar package. Makes me a little bit happy. Ooh, experience gain helmet. Ooh, piece of candy. Yeah, nothing too amazing. I should probably go look at the wands. Maybe later. And we cross 1 million. How are we looking on? We only have +2 all skills, so we're not exactly terribly strong. But after I get the skeletons kind of squared away, I'm probably going to go down the golem tree. Just so I can have them all. Gotta catch them all, Necromon. Well, that would be a horrifying series. Just Pokemon, but everything's undead. Also be kind of fun. So instead of capturing it in a ball, you literally just have to kill it and revive it. If you can't harness the soul to the body, you just don't capture it. It'd be dark. I like it. I do not have the talent to make such a thing, but I would totally play it. Give me that mixed with Monster Sanctuary? Yes, please. Where is the other shaman? Bitch, where are you? There you are. Where the hell are you guys hiding? There's Bone Ash. Ooh, and we got unique war javelins. Is that going to be the normal ones? No. Not bad. Crushing Blow is kind of interesting. It's not great on a range thing, but it's fun.
I sense demonic presence.
I sense. Shit. I mean, it's a catacombs. I have to say one thing that Diablo 2 does wrong, in my opinion, as far as level design. And it's not one that I hold against it, because it doesn't make the levels less fun. Is that due to how procedural generation works, these floors are non-functional. Like, if I were doing this in a TTRPG, I would be upset at myself. I like having my areas... Yeah, wilderness can be whatever. But man-made dungeons and stuff like that, I generally do like having them purposeful. I'm not a huge fan of, well, here's a bunch of just pointless rooms with traps in them. Why? No one in their right mind would build that unless they were building like a torture chamber. It would not be something for... I did not mean to pick that up. It would not be something for you to actually have your minions working within. Because you don't want your minions blowing up. You want them doing the work you resurrected them for. And if you're building a catacombs, you want them to be, you know, burial chambers. Not just like a grave here and there with giant hallways that don't really have a floor plan to them. From a gameplay perspective, it's fine. From a logical perspective, it does come out to my brain as like, okay, we are gamifying this, which is fine. Wait, it's literally the only thing. Oh, that's a dead end as well. Lovely. Oh no, I've been punched. Oh, they are punching me hard. Minions, stop them from punching our master. That is your sole job in this world. Oh, and I still need more healing potions. I thought I was full. About to start summoning trash from their bodies just so I don't have to deal with them. Yes, I could do corpse explosion. I don't wanna. I'm gonna do it without any points in the bone tree. Not that that's terribly hard to do. Summoner is probably the easiest lazy build in the game. I'm gonna go this way first. That... Oh, that's just a hallway. Never mind. See, that looks odd. I don't know why. Oh, easy waypoint. Boss room. Go in. No bosses in the boss room, but whatever. But yeah, I've played Diablo 2 way too damn much in my life. Drink a coffee real quick. Well, corpse explosion is just pretty much as soon as you get your first kill, you just spam it. This one is particularly lazy because I am literally just chatting while walking. Every now and then I'll have to step back and let my minions handle something, but I don't actually have to aim for anything. They just do all the work for me. It's fine. It's slower than the CE version. That's for sure. But yeah, when streaming, I don't mind lazy builds. When farming, I tend to prefer stuff like the Nova Sorceress, where I can literally just not even pay attention to the screen. You would be surprised how much farming I did with that. Okay, we're at 17 on that, which means... Ooh, he's getting damage. Okay, so we want how much dexterity for this bastard? 39? So one more level. I could go max block. I would need to actually choose my shield properly for that. But yes, this build, I'm glad I chose to do Necromancer first. It is the most conducive to, like, I'm not feeling very conscious right now, so I'm just going to let someone else do my fighting while I talk shit about them. And yes, when we get to Endariel, I will be talking shit about every single one of my minions. They know it, I know it, you know it, because they gonna crumble. Because I don't have Iron Maiden. I should have probably grabbed that. If we get a 3-socket bow before then, though. If the game wants to be generous, I could definitely use it. I am slightly sad, because I think my character in D&D might be dying soon. We're level 3 and we just got fireballed. Only one character from the party is standing. The NPC that was near us was a healer, though, thankfully. Is this going to be a 3-socket? Is that a 3-socket? It is a 3-socket. You know what? Let's be on edge. Tier, Tal, and yep. Da 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 da. Say goodbye to her. It's actually not bad on damage difference. This is just like all poison shit, but level 15 thorns. We're definitely saving that. I'm even keeping the rubies in it. Why? Because I care about it. We're out of Amrunes again. Okay, so that goes there. Shale is 13, so we already have one of those. I could do Shaleth Shield. I think I prefer what we have, though. Which is Chance. I am beginning to wonder, by the way, if all the new throwing uniques in this are ethereal by nature. Because that's the second ethereal one we've gotten. And why am I bothering with scrolls? Kane.
Yes.
Look at my rings. Aren't they shiny?
Good day.
How much will they trade for? Absolutely nothing. I still would prefer an Act 2 Thorns, but this'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And why... Call me an idiot later. My brain is just not there. But yeah, Thorns, amp damage, killer combo. There is no denying it. And I could up the player count if we wanted to, and it would be just fine. Because one nice thing about Thorns, that crap scales. Enemies do more damage, you do more damage back. We also have one skill actually working against us. They changed the clay golem in this. So it now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, gives defiance. And there's a reason we don't use the blood golem. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? And that is because it gives us blood curse, which can be a pro or a con. If you are very, very high vitality and a caster, it's actually kind of nice. Especially if you pack in some prayer stacking, like a Insight Prayer Act 2 mercenary or something. Double the healing, double the fun. If you have life per kill, and you get actually life per kill from the blood golem. But if you add in that life per kill and replenish life, you can actually get to some decent numbers. Just staying alive. And that also works and as a way to get all your charms, because if I have over 40 weight of charms, you can see that their weight is based on their size. It'll drop my mana to 1. But if we have Blood Curse, we don't care if we have 1 mana. My hair is fighting me today. It is literally tickling the tip of my nose. And it's pissing me off. And I am working on... They call it a Toon Tuber. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that name for it. Basically, an animated avatar, but it's focused on not needing a camera. For those of you wondering, yes, I have a face for radio. And I don't really care. But I don't want to sit there looking at my mug in the monitor, and I'm not going to force you to either. Okay, how are we looking on numbers? Pretty good. Man, I am so used to playing CRPGs and stuff right now. My brain just went, quick save. No, there is no quick save in this. Just taking out the Tormented Sisters. Then we'll deal with Andariel herself. I'm hoping that skeleton... I don't think it did. Yeah, she won't trigger until we go past that. I think they might have just triggered her. Go ahead and go in. But watch how much damage she takes whenever she actually tries to punch us. We're going to lose all of our summons during this. Ooh, a unique Grand Charm. Yay! She even dropped
Back to the hell that
Contraband.
spawned you, Andariel.
Yeah, those I just need to dump into my gem bag and they turn into the actual gems from this. Any of the rest of that interesting? No, not really. Suppose I could have picked it up for money. There is a quick save for hardcore players. Sort of. There's a quick escape for hardcore players, not really a quick save. The only way that you could quick save it is if you set up a script to copy your save file. And that would just save it at the last... Well, I want to say save and exit, but that's not exactly what it does. There are transition zones that save it as well. Okay. Nightshade. Faster run walk. Ooh. I mean, it's not good for us. We're going to keep it.
Good evening.
Okay, Rawl Rune. And yes, I do have to combine them this way. They won't combine in the shared stash. And these I have to do one at a time. The actual modded gems, I don't have to do that. For those wondering, I can pull them out using these. Well, that's another garbage jewel. That's only weight 3. Think we're good. I'm just gonna sell. I'm gonna go to the east and sell it. What we've gotten to Actimus 2.
I heard that you...
Actimus Prime. Do you have anything good? No. Okay, so we have thorns. Do I switch over to an act? Yeah, we've used up our runes. We might as well keep her. She's just gonna stick around forever. Why not? And we'll actually gather the quest today. Hey, Atma. There you go. Go find Radaman's lair. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Who you want me to kill? Are you our daddy? That's a game I should cover. OG frickin' Warcraft 3. Not the Reforged or whatever it is, but the like old school one. Because I still have... I don't think I have the expansion disc, unfortunately. I do have the original disc for Warcraft 3. I don't know if I could get it working on Windows 11. That's a question. One thing that I do need to do is possibly set up, like... I need to figure out something I can do to raise the funds so I can actually set up a 1440p pass-through for screen capture. because I don't have the money for it. I might need to do like commissions or something on stream or something. That'd be an interesting thing to do. I do have the doodle box, but that's going to be something I want to do for channel points, not for bits. Murder. Oh, there's an edge bow. We could have done edge. And yes, I might still go and do that. Because, yeah, I have an edge razor bow. I have an edge bow. I have... I don't think I've made it anything that isn't a pun. Or a stupid joke. I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I have done a single edge bow in something that isn't just a stupid joke. Did we already find Radamant? Now I'm being attacked by something. I don't know what I'm being attacked by, but it needs to stop. Well, yes, we did. We actually found Radamant right away. Yes, I will just take the holy water sprinkler. What are you doing right here by the entrance, my bud? And no, I'm not going up there because I'm afraid of the mercenary dying. My luck, she'd follow me up here and die. 3 gold. What a waste of undead flesh.
You don't say.
It's not great. It's good for selling stuff.
I know much.
Do you now? Tell me, what do you know of the ancient religions? That I don't know about as a necromancer. I raise the dead and talk to them. They tell me interesting stories. And, oh yeah, the max level in this, as far as skills go, is 25. If you're wondering how that's 27 with only +2 all skills.
Approach and let's trade.
Off into the wilderness we go. And we could get a Thorns mercenary. I don't know what level his Thorns would be. It doesn't even have one in shop. Great. Thanks, game. They have bumped up the difficulty of hell quite a bit from what I'm told, so probably a good thing that they bumped the skills up to like 25 as their base. Yeah. Also makes synergies slightly stronger, but synergies have changed. You can see these don't have nearly as much stuff on there. But it does look like they can make the golems punch a slight bit harder. Ooh, set hatchet hands. I have no idea what those are going to be, stat-wise. Jakira's Strike. That's our second Jakira part. That can just go up there. But yeah, we just need to find the path out here. It could still... It's probably not this way, but it could still be this way. I just love how they nuke themselves against my thorns. I don't have to go fight them. Okay, so that is... Yeah, that's enough to actually wield the sword without... plus stats. No, it is this way. Cool. For some reason, I was thinking the square was off to the right side. I have to say, it is very cathartic seeing them stack up like that. I don't feel the overwhelming need to just telestomp everything now. So, minions, not as rough around the edges. I am really curious to see the druid summons as well now. Because I have a feeling they are going to be a lot better. Do we do a druid summoner next? Druid summons with splash damage? Yes, please. Actually, I don't know if they did give him splash damage. I know our skeletons do. But yeah, we'll get the Necro all the way through hell and then probably cover another game, then come back for this. As an in-betweener. I want to build up a decent library of in-between games. Diablo 2 was like always on the list. The mod just gave me a reason to do it. Noita's on the list because I still haven't beaten that entirely. That, and it's a good way for Torment the Streamer. I still need to figure out a way to do YouTube chat for Noita. I have a rough idea of how to do it, but I need to figure out how to read the timer on the Noita thing. Because theoretically, if I can read the timer on Noita's... And we'll grab that. On Noita's modifier select for the Twitch Plays Noita thing, I could give YouTube a vote in it, but it would only be one vote. Basically, I would have my bot read the YouTube chat, tally up the votes, and vote for the one that won. Although, if I can figure out how to read the timer, I might be able to figure out a way to actually inject YouTube votes into it. I don't know the code behind it, and I don't know how specifically their integration of that works. Because it was originally a mod. Like a user-created mod for Noita. That is something that... yeah, I may not be skilled enough for. I may have studied software engineering, but that was 20 years ago. I have not done much with it since, other than make a mud in 2007-ish. No, wait. I guess I sort of did make the foundations of that in the 90s, but I didn't actually make it usable until the early days of being a community manager for the Reincarnation. Which, if those of you that are wondering, that's Archmage that got revived. I don't think I can recommend it nowadays. It's a browser-based game. But there's not a lot of active players in it anymore, first of all. And second of all, I don't think it's actually getting active development anymore. It's still functional. You can still build stacks and fight people and go to war, but it's wars of a couple dozen people versus a couple dozen people at most. That's where I actually started writing. Well, started writing proper guides. I did do Back in the early Diablo 2 days. As part of the modding scene under a different name. And I wouldn't call them guides. Basically experiments is probably the better way to... Experiment reports, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Let's figure out how this works. Okay. Let's figure out the best way to do that. Get a bunch of numbers together and show it off. Let's break down the code, see how it kind of multiplies and factors things in, what order of operations there are, that kind of stuff. That might be better for her. Slows target versus all that shit. Go with all that shit. Gold and magic find. 10 all resistances. That's better than what we got. Arathas can just go in there. We're keeping pretty much all the set items that we find. That can go in there as well. Full rune can go in there. That can go in there. Ithrun can go in there. That doesn't scale properly for us. Magic find out the wazoo. Let's see. That one's garbage. We can actually get rid of that. There we go. Oh, and we are actually over the 40 limit. Let's toss that in there. There we go. Yeah, if you go over the 40 limit, your mana just goes away. So if we pick up any charms, I don't know if it counts the unidentified ones. Probably about to find out. The grand experiment. No, these are fairly minor experiments. These are functionality things. Okay, Far Oasis. Now we just need the hole in the ground. The hole in the ground is probably the most fun part of being a bone necro. That said, we're probably still not going to have a great time down here because I don't think they're just going to clip through the walls. Going to be one where they have to see line of sight and actually find the enemy to decide if they're going to do that. Oh, already getting a Koru. Nice. And this is one place where I kind of wish I would have invested a little bit more in the mages. They're gonna be mildly important. At least it's not as bad. It's still rough because we've got a bunch of guys like stuck in that hallway over there. They can't see anything over here, so they can't figure out to come and fight it. They won't pass through me, but they will pass through each other. Are we going to get through Act 2 today? Probably. I think I have the energy for that. Scratching my foot while they go and do their fighting. There you guys go. This area is going to be even worse on hell difficulty because these guys are going to be physical immune, if I remember correctly. And amp damage is different. Come on, you guys. There you go. Fairly dense area for the bugs. Trying to get more of them around the corner so they can clear these out a little faster. And yes, I will be leveling the mages probably next. I'll probably what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to finish off the mastery. I'm going to grab each of the other golems. That way I can just drop them out as extra meat bodies. Then I will go after the mages, getting those up to see if they're actually any good in this. I don't know if they're going to be good at all, but they're better than in base Diablo 2. Which is all I ask. And then we're going to... Oh, I think I see where the stairs are going to be. And it's not this way. That's going to be a lot of nonsense. Yeah, I have a feeling. I got a feeling. It's going to be in that room right there. Yeah, go ahead, go in. You guys can go up there and fight. That's the only advantage of them being so zippy, is they run away as I move towards them. Which means that they end up not being able to get around me, because they just keep running away from me. Because I don't want to get all up in the business of all the enemies here. That'd be kind of crappy. Okay, there's the large charm. So, unidentified does not count against us. Which is good. Okay, right hand turn, that means it's going to be top left. Faster block rate on a shield. The hell, game? What the hell are you throwing at me now? Yeah, some of these mods that we can get on stuff are... Yeah, especially the reduced poison duration ones that are variable now throw me off. Like, I know it's not going to be in this room right here, the one off of that branch. Mainly because that is a northeast. As far as which way it could be up here. Be down that and then go up that way. It could be down here and then up like that. We're going to go the most likely path first, and then we're going to just move through like that. Can't what? What can you not do? Necro baby. Like a Nepo baby, but more dead inside. Well, sorry, more dead outside. And I think people misuse Nepo baby a lot. It used to mean basically somebody that was hired because of family and they just weren't qualified, like the cliche you know who my dad is kind of person. Because their dad owns the company, and yes, we are going to be going to the right in just a second. I just want to clear this room. It used to have like a criteria of incompetence. Nowadays, it's just anybody who gets the job because of some perception of who they know, which just isn't really that spot on. Because I've seen people calling someone a Nepo baby whenever their relationship had absolutely zero to do with their hiring. And I'm someone who has never been able to take advantage of that because I do not have connections in high places. I have friends who are in pretty solid positions now, but I wouldn't mess with those either. You guys handle that. I'm not even going to summon it. Ooh, we got a rare jewel. I think that's the first time in a while we've gotten... Actually, I think that's the first time we've gotten a non-magical jewel. I am slightly curious. Okay, we do need to go to town, get them all unpoisoned, not pick up random shit.
It is an honor to serve you.
Okay, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, identify you, stack you up. 13. What? Why is that one green? Why you green, game? Goes blue, and we're just kind of like one green in the middle of it at the Hell Rune? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's out of there. We take that out. Those stay in. 16, 17, 18. That's 10. Ith is... Where are you at? There you go. 6. That gets sold. That gets sold. That does not get sold. What was I going to sell out of these? We're actually going to unequip that. Yeah, this allows you to do area of effect to poison dagger. We tested that out. It actually works. So we might end up with a build that messes with that. Identify my garbage, please. That gets actually put in there. Ooh. Hey, how's it going, Bahamut? Hopefully you're doing well today. Not doing Final Fantasy Day, although I do have an itch to do Final Fantasy 2 soon. I'll probably be doing that in a few games. Okay, so that's Jakira's striking, which goes with that. So we've got 2 parts of Jakira's set. We've already got, what, 2 parts of Eyes and Hearts? Just kind of sad. We're starting to get our sets together. Hopefully you are doing well. I'm going to keep that jewel with this stuff because it's actually a halfway decent one. I think I might want to imbue that circlet as well and see if we get something good out of it. That's going to go into our trash jewel pile. Did they improve the sets? They did not improve the existing set. They added additional sets. So you have more options whenever it comes to stuff like that. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. You usually install Diablo 2 before the drivers on your PCs. Same. Even on, I have a really crappy laptop that I got for like $60 many years ago. And yeah, that little laptop has Diablo 2 installed on it as well. It doesn't run super great. It's got OG LOD on it, like old school Lord of Destruction. But oh yeah, we need to return to you for a discount, don't we? I always forget to do that. Yeah, Diablo 2 is a game that has a lot of nostalgia for me. I don't even think I'd be able to fairly do a nostalgia bait for it because I've played it off and on for the entire time it's been out, and even a little bit before because I beta tested for it. Not as an employee, I was part of the beta. The random lottery. I have to say, as far as betas go, the Diablo 2 one wasn't that bad. I still think my favorite one to be part of was Guild Wars. I think it's far enough after the fact I can get away with talking about it. It's not like I'm going to reveal any sensitive information. But yeah, one thing that I really loved in it was in the Guild Wars one, I am the reason Monk Warrior got nerfed. That was fun. Basically, there was I don't know if the mode's still in it. There was a mode where you had to defend your priest in Guild Wars. This is one of the PvP modes. And basically, for the guild that I was in for testing, I got dropped on the B team. And I was there with my Monk Warrior. And our team was losing pretty badly. And our priest got taken down. So with half of our team dead, I rushed over to the enemy base and camped on top of their priest, smiting and knocking them down constantly. Until I just basically killed them by stun locking the entire team immediately around me. Which I think they were idiots for getting that close, but that's beside the point. Because the guild I was in was most... Oh, we don't have a throwable. Protector Shield Rare. I might have to see if that has a unique. But yeah, there's a lot of fond memories from betas. And I miss it when actual betas were actual betas. I'm not talking about, oh, beta test the game by buying it like 3 days early by buying it. No, not shit like that. Join the live alpha. That's not an alpha. Alpha is not feature complete and just an advertising stunt. But yeah. Those were the days. The good old days. Back in my day, games had real alphas and real betas. There were textureless enemies. And you had to deal with random crashes uphill both way on school. In the snow. Nah. Just go into penguin mode. Listen here, bats. Yeah. Oh, and one thing, it's not really as... Oh, that was the wrong tome. One thing you will notice between new players and seasoned players is what they pick up in this. If you ever wonder why I am picking up all the godforsaken rares, that's not a bad one. I'm not going to use it on anybody. Same for this. Oh, Holy Bolt projectiles +1. I might use that. Especially if what I heard about Holy Bolt in this is true. They went Project Diablo 2 style. Where it just damages stuff. That I could turn into a Holy Bolt shotgun, my dudes. That's a fun idea. And yes, I did cast... Oh, actually, we do want a town portal here. I'm going to go find the waypoint first, though. Just in case I do a stupid. I don't want to have to walk all the way back here. Because as we all know, I consistently do a stupid. But yeah, as far as reason I go for thorns before I go for might, simply because it is better for boss killing. Once you've gotten through all the acts, you generally want to go with might and go trash farming with a summoner. Not boss hunting, which makes it really good for getting runes and stuff like that, but kind of garbage whenever it comes to getting uniques. And yes, we do have dodge. And there's a lot more O skills in this version of in this mod as well, supposedly. It is important to note that doing things like revive as a paladin, this is actually hard-coded into the game. You can do it with the plus revive on, I'm forgetting the name of the bow that I have with it. You can actually end up in a situation where you can kill yourself as a paladin if you use the revive charges. It is hard coded into the game for some reason. I don't know why. It's probably just one of those little neat gimmicky things. There's our waypoint. Hey DF, how's it going? Al Diablo playing Diablo 2, yes. People even give me Diablo themed names on Discord. It's a thing. This is not the only game I play, guys. Okay, so we have that. We have the waypoint. I think we just go in. But hopefully you're doing all right today, DF. People are raiding me around to the most random crap. For some reason, for those of you wondering, yes, I mention this like every few streams. I lurk while I'm streaming. I will have somebody's Twitch up on my side screen just to give them that one extra number to bump them up in the rankings so that my friends or people I like watching get more attention on the platform. That's just how it works. I lurk because lurking makes the Twitch go round. But the past week, for some reason, I keep getting raided into the randomest shit. I don't know what's up with people, but it's like you are raiding me into somebody so drastically different from you. Like, what the hell? If I wanted to be raided into, like, it's taken me from like a strategy streamer to a freaking first person shooter. That doesn't work too well. Them's completely different audiences. And I get it. the person can have an awesome personality, but when I go to my other screen, it's like, okay, we're playing Borderlands. I mean, I don't mind Borderlands, but I'm more likely to switch it off to somebody I don't normally watch if it's going to completely ruin my recommendations. I generally don't watch first-person shooters anymore because I can't really play most first-person shooters anymore. My body will not allow it. There's a few I can. Weirdly enough, the original Half-Life, of all things, did not give me any problems. The original Half-Life, my brain is perfectly fine with. I don't get motion sickness from it. Why? I don't know. The GoldenEye days are long gone. Oh god, don't get me started on GoldenEye. That is... It's not a bad game, but that is like the quintessential definition of frickin' nostalgia bait. There were better first-person shooters on Nintendo 64 itself. Medieval was so trippy in the end. Yeah, I watched a bit of that. I mostly had to have you on audio only, in case you're curious as to why I didn't chat too much whenever I was lurking in that one. Yeah. It's unfortunately because if I watch it too much, I will get motion sick.
Good day. How do I know?
Let's see. Identify my stuff, Kane. Tell me about my new family jewels. Offensive auras, increase chance of blocking, fairly low level requirement. Don't like the hit causes monsters to flee. We'll probably never use that. Those of you wondering, I hate that stat. Makes me viscerally angry. Basically, it turns every enemy into the type of enemy I hate the most. I hate enemies that run away from me. Like, you wanted to kill me, stick around and fight it out, bitch. And I like most games, and I like first-person shooters. That's the thing that sucks about it. I actually do like them. I played them competitively for a long time. They just don't work well with my body. It's unfortunate. You wouldn't mind getting act bosses to run around, but they don't work there. Yeah. Flee doesn't work on act bosses. Confuse, etc. do not. AI altering does not work on them. Halt! You may not pass, because I need to talk to Dragden first.
I've been Good day.
There's a secret under the temple. Under the castle you will find
Welcome to the
Jaren's pawn collection. Get me the copy of it, and I will provide you all the secrets of the kingdom. Jaren's been a naughty, naughty boy. If I were to choose one curse that doesn't work on act bosses that I could get to work on them, blind. Blind would be my pick. Not confused, not flee, but blind. Because forcing them into melee would be exceptional. Out here spamming amp damage on everything, just like, nah, I'm not actually going to cast damage on you. I'm just going to amplify everything you do to yourselves. I love the music down here. If you're ever wondering why I sometimes go quiet, I am just listening to the music. Other than the Tristram theme, this is probably my favorite in the game. Unfortunately, I cannot turn off attack noises. I would just turn up the music and ignore the rest of the sounds. Actually, I think I might be able to an extent. But I think it's... No, I can't. Not in this one. Because what you can do in here is you can actually do the sound, or like you can have the music all the way up, but if you have the sound off, everything's off. You can't just turn off the actual like fight sounds. First rule of Fight Club is you can't mute Fight Club. Should I go identify that rare ring? Sure. Not bad. I'm gonna use it, but it's not bad. I'm really surprised that we're still positive on 2 of our resists. Nope. You guys handle that. I'm gonna pretend nothing in there exists. Okay, where's Fire Emblem? His name's Fire Eye, I believe. Think he's up. Nope. Nope. Those are just normal ones. Where the hell is he? Or was he down here in this? He might have been down there in that mess. He very well could have just been down in that mess. We just killed him without even noticing it. Sorry. Now we get to enjoy the music just a little bit. We get the bone crunching behind it, but...
This is fantastic.
And now we lose it because this area. Didn't we have portal top left before? What the shell? And yes, as you can see, the mages will stand out in the void as well, which is kind of nice, but that also means that they'll kill enemies in the void too. Oh, we got the chieftain. I love the design of the chieftain. It's not a good axe, but it looks cool. It's aesthetically pleasing. I do wish more weapons I could say that about, but unfortunately I cannot. This area, I'm not sure whether I like it more or less with our minions like this. One thing I would love, and this is not something you'd be able to do with tables, is the ability to actually control my minions in this. That's one thing I do miss from things like Grim Dawn, is they basically allow you to have force attack for your minions, so you're just... Go, sick 'em, boy. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm really surprised we haven't lost more mages. How much life do they have right now? They got 300 life. They can survive a little bit. Yeah, I forget what level an Act 2 mercenary needs to be able to get 15 thorns. It's pretty far up there. So I guess Edgebow wins for a while. I am surprised they didn't give the mercenaries the ability to walk through walls and each other. But she actually respects boundaries. The undead do not respect boundaries. I mean, though, what would you expect from a group that doesn't even respect life and death as a boundary? Imagine if they gave us the ability to break the boundaries like that. I think we would find so many broken things in the world. Unfortunately. Never remember which one is the right one. This one. Yes, they're going to kill the stuff around here. And no, I'm not going to really care about it. Free XP. We actually probably will level up from it. Oh no, we're 747. We're going to go down. Sorry, Boeing joke. If I end up dead next month. For those of you that don't know, Boeing is one of those companies that has a notable habit of having whistleblowers disappear. Okay, so that's not there. See if we remember to get the waypoint. Might not have.
Excellent. Yes.
It is an honor.
Excellent, you have the Herodric staff. Give me your staff. Stick it in the orifice. That can go away. That can go away. The Co-Rune will keep, even though we already have one. And yes, I'm keeping them organized because I'm a nerd. That can get sold. Chieftain, you're just going to come in here to the pile that will probably never get touched. Okay, Arcane Sanctuary, second path. We'll go top right next. Oddly enough, the portal's over this. This one just... the stairs are not always friendly to navigation. Though with minions moving around freely now, I don't think it's as big of a deal. Yeah, because whenever you just have a normal summoner, this side is probably one of the ones that I would go down last. Because minions have a hard time navigating these stair sets to actually get where you want them to go. And they're hard to manipulate to go up them. If you have a teleport, yeah, it's fine. You just teleport past it all. But whenever you don't have a teleport is whenever it's a problem. Because there's... even though I'm just sitting here like being a dork and just not really paying much attention, if you watch how I move, I'm still doing the get these characters in position kind of movement. Doing the little pivots to actually get up here is a common thing to do. This, I'm having to fight every instinct to actually try and come up and run this way to try and pull upstairs, because I don't need to pull them upstairs. They can walk around it. One reason why Playing a summoner is actually... There's more nuance to it than people think. But, death, destruction. Maybe I should let you guys name my next character. Should I open up a channel redeem? One time only for like 30,000 points or something like that to let people name character? Or should I just do it at one point? That way everybody can kind of like first come, first serve. Maybe get a whole list of them and I'll choose one from it. I could do that. After we beat Nightmare, remind me and I'll actually set that up. Because I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do. Just have a big old list of, well, here's a bunch of names you can choose from. Half of them probably grossly offensive. You can name your wizard Kakapoopoo. Actually, I don't think anyone that I've seen chat in here would actually do that one. Thankfully. Most of the regulars have a corny sense of humor, so it would still be something mind-numbing and making everyone in their right mind groan at it. Dad jokes are thick here. Thicker than my ass. But yeah, I don't think we'd have like the second grade names. Oh, and we got a second try. Sweet. That said, different paths do have different probabilities of being it. There's a reason why generally if I'm serious about getting it first try, I will go top left, top right, that order. It's not just out of habit. They are weighted slightly. I don't know if there's visual cues. I don't think there are. If there are, I don't remember what they are, or I don't know what they are. That said, oh, actually, I should probably concentrate a little bit because this guy can wreck my shit. But guy's gonna actually kill him, please. But I also have trouble spotting the visual cue for the right path to Neelithak as well. I know it's got to do with the blue painted walls, but let's be honest. I farm Neelithak way too little for it to matter. The times that I do farm Neelithak, it's offline. And it is sun again. Do I have everything I need to go in there? I think so. You have this staff, which is fine. Are we just going to use the rogue throughout all the difficulties? Probably. Why wouldn't I? Let's see. Now, am I really worried about Act 3 in this? If I don't get the marsh skip, I'm probably not going to be too happy about it. Because this difficulty, gloams are going to hurt. Normal difficulty, it's not that bad. Normal difficulty, sure, they're irritating, but Nightmare, they could kill me. Hell, they'll almost definitely kill me. Because we're not going to have the resistances built up to deal with it. Not if we're doing solo self-found, especially if we're not grinding. I might do some grinding, but We'll see. How many sockets are you? Nope. That would be worth saving for a certain 3-socket build. Mage plate would be better, yeah. Light plate is not bad. Well, you guys just keep attracting more, don't you? They just never stop. These are the lightning bugs that never end. Yes, they go on and on, my friends. Some started. I don't know where to go with the lyrics from that. Normally, I'd be able to come up with it because the song that never ends is an earworm that never stops. But a brain and no rookie work. Let's go bottom left. I have better feels about this. Are my feels right? Hardly ever. What's our third enemy down here? If it's bats, I'm happy. We haven't seen it. It can either be bats or... There's bats, blunderboars, scarabs, greater mummies, lesser mummies. I think that's it. I'm not seeing any other friends in this. It's so confusing. Not up that way, that's a dead end. Who is your third? Or did it only spawn two flavors? If it only spawned 2 flavors, we're in for a bit of a cakewalk wherever we want to go. This has potential to be the right way. Not guarantee, potential. And we're getting close to max level on mastery, which means then we can start bumping them up. They're gonna get up to reasonable damage because they're already doing okay-ish. Oh, and we got Jagged Star. That's probably actually going to be, what's his face? The Druid one. Yeah, Alder's Rhythm. It's not bad, but it doesn't scale well. You want percent damage if you ever want to upgrade and use them as elites. Same for armors and stuff like that. Oh, and we got a 4-socket one after already making that one. Keeping it. I might make another spirit. Who am I to say no to them basically giving me the dream spirit? Not that that's particularly... The enhanced weapon damage does nothing for it. If you're hitting with spirit, you are misclicking. Ooh, and it is this way. Unless I'm misreading the map. So the D2 fan who's played this since classic days, is the mod worth it? I mean, if you like mods. It doesn't change a whole lot. It's enough that you have access to more items and stuff like that, so there are going to be more things you can kind of mess around with. There's a few upgrades to skills, like number of bone spears you can get with items. You have various different mods on them. I'm enjoying it. I have a feeling after I beat it with each class, I probably won't pick it up again. But it is worth trying. It's free. Dip a few hours into it, do a few solo self-founds, and it's fun enough. We're already in Nightmare, and I'm not losing steam on it. You play D2R plenty of times and you like mods, so definitely curious about this. Yeah, definitely worth trying. This is probably one of the better D2R mods. If you're wanting really innovative modding for Diablo 2, you're going to have to go with LOD mods, because they allow more freedom for mod makers. And now, for us to... I think we're going to do okay versus him, but the summons in the back, yeah, might be a problem. Can you not stand there and attract him? Thank you. I don't know why she was obsessed with standing in his face. But yeah, by the time you get to Nightmare, your units are tanky enough that you're not going to lose all your skeletons like in normal. But yeah, I would definitely say this is one of the better mods for D2R. A lot of mods like removing that shake, because it is the master shake.
Hello. I came too late. Now, destruction is let loose upon the
Let's see
You must move quickly. I hope the
what set those heavy gloves are from.
listen.
Even in base. Oh, apparently that's not even the set I was thinking it was. Okay, fine. Got another set. We got Janice's, which is increased attack speed and some defense. From the look of it, I'm going to guess that might be one of the generic sets. Quincy's Shield, Xavier's Greaves, Luther's Cord, Catriana's Mask, Fernandez's Plate. We've been finding various sets. We've got Jakira's Balance of Power. Looks like a Barbarian. No, that's the Druid one. That looks like a neutral. Janice's looks like a neutral. That looks like a Paladin. But yeah, we have found a few new sets. We found a few new uniques. So there's some fun stuff we can mess with. You've done well. We can send you to the east. Always into the east. It's kind of like the Bread Chronicles. Always into the yeast.
Greetings, Jared.
My puns, they rise to the occasion.
Is your ship.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Greetings.
But since I am already fading fast, I don't want to miss too many days. I'm just a little bit under the weather lately. I am going to raid you guys off. You guys want Warcraft? Let's see. We've got a choice. We've got Warcraft, Paper Mario, Atomfall, or Tomb Raider.
Good day.
Just debating who to send you to. Warcraft does... Two of those have never seen me raid them before, so... They're just people that I kind of lurk on. Paper Mario is a great game, by the way, if you're curious about it.
Good to see you.
I'll go ahead and raid you into Paper Mario. Because they're another retro game streamer. And I haven't raided them before, so... Paper Mario, by the way, is on my short list of RPGs to cover. It's... If you've ever played... It's got a lot of timing combat. It's a lot like Super Mario RPG. Definitely worth taking a stab at if you're into turn-based RPGs. But I'm going to go ahead and head out, get some rest. And hopefully we'll have another session with Gablin later this week to make up for the one that I missed. That was entirely my fault. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath.